by the title of this video, you can see that I am in Mexico. What's the word I'm looking for? When you do something and if it's off a whim and then you just feel impulsive. I impulsively woke up one morning a month ago and was like, I want to live in Mexico. I want to move to Mexico. So I booked my Airbnb and my flight that morning. And a month later, I'm here. Now, traveling for me is not a vacation. I don't think of traveling as vacation. I think of it as a lifestyle because when I travel, my intent is always to immerse myself in the culture. I want to live as closely to how the people of that city, town, country live. I really want to be able to understand and see the world in a way that allows me to make the whole earth my home. And yeah, Mexico was my next stop. But with that, I didn't really have an intention. I wasn't sure what was going to come of this trip, but I know that anytime I travel, it's always transformational. I always meet or do or encounter someone or something that completely changes my life, shifts my perspective on the entire world and even myself. It's like as I change, the world changes. As I expand, so does the world. And so moving here to Mexico, I've been meditating on the purpose of why I'm here. And the message that I received was that this is a time for me to purge. This is a time for me to purge myself of expectations of the future, purge attachments to certain identities and who I believe myself to be, who I see myself becoming, and just literally let go of all of that, giving all of that back to source, stripping myself down to source, and allowing what I have surrendered and given away to be replaced by all that I truly desire, all that I know I deserve, and being willing to attract it versus chase it, or worry about it, or constantly thinking and obsessing over the future, which is something, I tend to do. I'm a very ambitious individual, but with that, my challenge has been receive and not pursue, to be more in the feminine and in the yin, and attract and utilize energy, master energy in creating the life I desire. And in order to do that, I've had to strip down society's expectations of what accomplishment looks like, what success looks like, and redefine that for myself. And so being here, I've only been here 4 days, and I've already been given many opportunities to surrender and allow and trust and live in the vibration of love versus fear and worry. Because within my situation, there is a lot of uncertainty. This is the first time ever that I have not purchased a round trip ticket. I literally just purchased a one-way, with seemingly limited resources, but I felt guided to do so, and I'm going to trust where I'm led. And time I'm given the opportunity to surrender and let go of something, I am going to embrace that so that I may become more me, which is source, which is God. So my lesson for surrendering today was I had all plans on waking up and going into the shops to get cash just so I could, get drinking water, and order food, or whatever the case may be. I'm even considering fasting, considering it, and I haven't decided yet. But anyway, so I planned on going into the shops, but the options for transportation here are either by taxi, by bike, or renting a car. And now my Airbnb provided a bike. Now it's not the nicest bike, and it's kind of small. You know, I'm 6'1", and so it's not ideal. The next option is taxi. So I decided I was going to take a taxi into town because I could ride that bike, but it's hot, y'all. Like, it's really hot. It's really humid. And although my skin loves it, okay, it's middle of the day. So if I was going to be riding somewhere by bike, it needs to be, you know, in the afternoon, when the sun, you know, is a little less intense. But anyway, saying that to say, I had got in my mind, I had made a plan that I was going to take a taxi into town, do what I need to do, and come on back and just kind of enjoy my day, draw, meditate, whatever I feel guided and led to do in the freedom of my solitude and the freedom of my aloneness, my alone time. But that plan was thwarted because I was trying to call the taxi, and for whatever reason, it wasn't working. It was saying the number was wrong. I finally, you know, got a hold of another taxi company. They only want to communicate via WhatsApp. My WhatsApp wasn't working. The Wi-Fi, it said I had full signal, but WhatsApp was literally telling me I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi. Try again. But all my other apps were working. So literally only WhatsApp was not cooperating with me, which is how I need to find transport or even communicate with my Airbnb person to let him know the Wi-Fi not working. So I can't get in contact with anyone. I walk around, there's a few taxis in the neighborhood, like people who drive taxis. And so I, you know, kind of was like, hey, taxi, you know, can you get me right there? Like, oh no, you know, I guess they weren't working, weren't on service, wasn't on duty at that time. I'm like, all right, cool. So I walk around, I'm like, you know, maybe I'll just see a taxi. Maybe I'll just see one. If I'm meant to go, a taxi will find me, right? So I'm walking. I didn't see a taxi, but I saw a fruit truck, and I got these little bitty pequeño, what's the word for bananas? Plátano. I got some pequeño plátanos, and I walked back to my room, and I was like, okay, that was hot. I don't feel let go back outside. Now, the reason I even went outside was because I need cash to order things, to get water from the stores down the street. Cash is running low, and there is no ATM in my neighborhood. So I'm like, all right, well, universe, you know, if I know y'all gonna provide. I know I always have everything I need. Everything that I need is within me. I have all that I need in this moment, and finding security within myself instead of within things outside of me, or you know, once again, that sensation of reaching, like I need a taxi, like it's like, all right, well, hey, I release. So other adjustments being made. I got Nike here. Y'all see my pup Nike? He's here. And there are lots of stray dogs. There are no sidewalks, no cut or manicured grass. We literally out here in the bush, out here in the jungle. And it's like I don't want him to touch nothing. And I alcohol spray his paws every time we come into the house because, like, you know, stray dog poop, feces, you know, fleas, ticks, all of that. I'm like, but once again, I'm surrendering. I'm like, hey, Nike, do your business. Whatever happens, and we are only attracting what is for our highest good. I release. The need to control. Other adjustments. What else? The food here is not on the healthiest side. The shops here, access to like fresh fruit and groceries is limited. Like they got fruiterias and carnicerias, meat shops. But it ain't no Whole Foods or nothing, you know. So lowering expectations with that, and once again, which brings me to the possibility of me fasting as a part of my purge, because it's like there's nothing here that I really want to eat. So I might as well just drink water and the fruit that I can find. But I'm already skinny, you know. So I was debating on, you know, not eating, fasting for a month, but I don't know. It's all in my mind. So I'm gonna surrender. Gonna see what happens. And I'm just embracing Okay, the Wi-Fi is acting spotty. Once again, see, it's working well enough for me to go on live, but I couldn't get on WhatsApp. But anyway, I'm going to continue to surrender and meditate, and I really want to focus a lot on my art and creating astrological content for you guys. I'm working on putting together my astrology class, Astrology 101. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to stay tuned. And for all those experiencing this Libra Mercury retrograde, this is a time of finding balance within yourself in terms of how you relate to the world around you, people around you, relationships around you, and how you can apply balance, how you can let go of things that no longer serve you and invite things to help create more balance in your life. And also just you being the center of your universe. So, y'all have a great day. That's all I got to say. Bye.